Imagine waking up on January 1st, 2026, 5 years from now. Will you feel proud of the life you built? Or will regret weigh heavy on your chest? The truth is, most of us drift through time waiting for a moment that never comes. But not today. Today, you will decide what matters. Today, you will commit to 5 goals that will redefine your future. Every triumph in life begins with the battlefield inside your head. Before you can conquer the world, you must conquer the storm of thoughts that rage within you. Most people surrender to their minds without even realizing it. Fear, doubt, and distraction become invisible chains, subtly guiding every choice, every hesitation, every action. The moment you understand that your mind is not a passenger but the engine, everything changes. You realize that no circumstance, no setback, no external force has the power to define you unless you allow it. Owning your mind is not an abstract concept. It is the most practical, most urgent mastery you can pursue. The mind thrives on repetition. What you feed it daily shapes your beliefs, your attitudes, your habits. If you fill it with worry, comparison, or negativity, that is exactly what grows. But if you deliberately cultivate courage, focus, and clarity, you start to rewire yourself for possibility. Reading powerful books, absorbing wisdom from those who have walked the path before you, and reflecting on your own experiences are not luxuries. They are essential rituals. Every idea you consume either elevates or diminishes you, and this choice is yours every single day. Discipline begins with awareness. If you are not intentional, the world will program your mind for you. Silence and solitude are your greatest allies in mastering thought. Most of us rush from distraction to distraction, leaving no room to understand our own inner landscape. Yet, the mind is like a wild river. It cannot be tamed without attention. Sitting quietly with your thoughts, observing them without judgment, creates clarity. You begin to notice patterns of fear, procrastination, or self-sabotage, and once you see them, you can choose differently. Awareness is not passive, it is active, and it is transformative. The mind you train to observe becomes a mind that chooses power over passivity. Fear is the default setting of the untrained mind. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, they all whisper lies, convincing you to stay small. But when you own your mind, fear becomes a signal, not a prison. It is information, an invitation to act, to grow, to challenge your limits. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of fear. Each time you confront what scares you, you expand your mental boundaries, proving to yourself that thought patterns are not destiny. They are malleable. Mental mastery transforms fear into fuel, hesitation into momentum. Focus is the currency of achievement. The modern mind is assaulted by endless notifications, endless noise, endless, urgent distractions that steal your energy and scatter your attention. Owning your mind means reclaiming this energy, choosing deliberately where your thoughts go, and refusing to give away what is most precious. A scattered mind produces scattered results, but a disciplined mind, focused on a single goal at a time, creates momentum that compounds. Your mental clarity is directly proportional to the results you can achieve. The ability to direct your attention is your superpower, yet most neglect to train it. Finally, owning your mind is a lifelong practice, not a one-time victory. It is tested every day, in every decision, in every challenge that life throws at you. A mind that wavers under pressure is a mind that has not been fully claimed. Meditation, reflection, journaling, visualization, all these practices are tools to strengthen your inner citadel. But the real mastery comes from living consciously, choosing thoughts with intention, and refusing to be swayed by temporary emotions or external chaos. A trained mind is not only resilient, it is creative, courageous, and unstoppable. This is the power that defines those who rise above mediocrity, who transform obstacles into opportunities, who build lives of meaning and impact. Your body is the only permanent home you have in this life, yet so many of us treat it as if it were disposable. Every choice you make, every meal you consume, every hour of sleep you sacrifice is a vote for the life you will experience tomorrow. Health is not just about avoiding sickness. It is about creating vitality, energy, and resilience so strong that no challenge can break you. Before 2026, building unshakable health must be non-negotiable, because without it, every other goal you pursue becomes heavier, harder, and less fulfilling. True strength begins with the body, and the body begins with awareness. Movement is not optional, it is the language your body speaks. Strength, endurance, flexibility, and mobility are not luxuries, they are necessities. Exercise is not punishment, it is a declaration that your life matters enough to invest in. When you train consistently, you are not just building muscles or burning calories. You are rewiring your nervous system, increasing your energy, sharpening your mind, and fortifying your spirit. Physical discipline cultivates mental discipline. Every push, every sprint, every lift is a promise you make to yourself that you will not settle for mediocrity. Nutrition is the fuel of transformation. The body cannot thrive on convenience, sugar, and empty calories any more than a Ferrari can thrive on water. What you put in your body determines how it performs, how it heals, how it sustains you through the demands of life. Eating intentionally, prioritizing whole foods, hydration, and balance is not a restriction. It is empowerment. Every nutrient is a tool, every meal a chance to invest in your future energy, your vitality, your longevity. Those who master their intake master their life. Rest and recovery are often overlooked, yet they are the silent architects of unshakable health. The world glorifies business, but true strength is cultivated in sleep, reflection, and restoration. Sleep is not laziness. It is where your body repairs, your mind consolidates learning, and your spirit replenishes. Neglecting rest is not productivity. It is self-sabotage. Before 2026, Make a pact with yourself to respect your body's need to pause. Energy is a resource, and without replenishment, no amount of ambition can compensate. Mental health is inseparable from physical health. Stress, anxiety, and emotional turbulence manifest in the body as tension, inflammation, and illness. Practices like meditation, journaling, breathwork, or even simple moments of quiet awareness are not optional indulgences. They are strategies for survival in a world designed to distract and drain you. When your mind is calm and resilient, your body operates with efficiency, grace, and power. Health is holistic. You cannot separate the mind from the body without compromising both. Consistency is the invisible force that transforms effort into results. One intense workout, one perfect meal, one night of good sleep will not create unshakable health. It is the daily, unrelenting commitment to choices that honor your body, mind, and spirit that compounds into strength, resilience, and energy. Every small decision is a brick in the foundation of your vitality. The stronger you become in body and mind, the more unstoppable you are in life. The health you build now will dictate how fully you can live, love, create, and lead. Unshakable health is not a gift. It is a responsibility, and it begins with the choices you make today. Human beings are not meant to journey alone. No achievement, no fortune, no accolade holds its full meaning if it is not shared with others. Before 2026, forging deep relationships must become a priority because the quality of your connections shapes the quality of your life. Casual acquaintances and fleeting interactions are easy. They require no effort, no vulnerability, no courage. But true relationships demand presence, investment, and authenticity. They are not built in convenience. They are built in commitment, in time, in the courage to show your true self. Listening is the cornerstone of every meaningful connection. Most people speak to be heard, but the rarest gift we can give someone is our full, undistracted attention. To listen deeply is to acknowledge the value of another person's experience, to honor their story without judgment or interruption. Before 2026, make listening a practice, not an accident. The world moves fast, but connection requires slowing down. When you listen, you do more than understand others. You expand your own capacity for empathy, compassion, and wisdom. Listening transforms relationships from transactions into treasures. Vulnerability is the bridge to intimacy, most avoided out of fear. Fear of rejection, judgment, or misunderstanding. But before 2026, you must embrace the courage to be seen as you truly are. Sharing your struggles, your doubts, and even your dreams invites others into a space of genuine connection. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength in its purest form. It signals trust and authenticity, and it draws people toward you in ways superficial charm never could. Relationships flourish when the mask falls and the real self steps forward. Conflict is inevitable, but it is also an opportunity. Many avoid difficult conversations, hoping discomfort will fade. Yet, before 2026, Learn to navigate disagreements with grace and respect. Address tension honestly, communicate with clarity, and seek understanding over victory. Strong relationships are forged in the fire of challenges, not in the calm of convenience. How you handle conflict reveals the depth of your character and the strength of your bonds. Avoidance weakens connection, courage strengthens it. Investing in others requires intentionality. Time is the currency of relationships, and before 2026, you must spend it wisely. Show up consistently, celebrate others' successes, and support them in moments of struggle. Acts of kindness, thoughtfulness, and loyalty create a momentum that builds unbreakable trust. Relationships are not passive, they are active, living forces that demand nurturing. When you choose to invest, you multiply not only the happiness of others, but also your own fulfillment. Connection grows exponentially when cultivated with care. The people you surround yourself with shape the trajectory of your life. Energy is contagious, attitudes are infectious, and values are absorbed through proximity. Before 2026, be deliberate in your company. Align yourself with those who inspire, challenge, and elevate you, while also giving generously to those who need guidance and support. Deep relationships are reciprocal. When you lift others, you rise. The depth of your connections determines not only your emotional well-being but also your ability to influence, to lead, and to leave a lasting impact on the world. Relationships are the threads that weave meaning into every accomplishment, every experience, and every moment of your life. Time is the one resource that refuses to be borrowed, stored, or replenished. Every second that passes is gone forever, yet most of us treat it as if it were infinite. Before 2026, mastering your time must become non-negotiable, because the hours you waste today are the opportunities you sacrifice tomorrow. Life does not wait for clarity, motivation, or perfect conditions. It moves relentlessly. To master time is to take control of life itself. Your destiny is dictated by how you use the minutes you are given, not by the circumstances you wish you had. The first step to mastering time is awareness. Most people drift through their days on autopilot, responding to notifications, meetings, and endless small demands without ever noticing where their hours go. Before 2026, track your time ruthlessly. Observe how long you spend on activities that move you closer to your goals versus those that steal your energy. The truth is uncomfortable. We often invest in distractions and neglect what matters most. Awareness is not a judgment, it is a tool. Once you see your patterns clearly, you can start to reclaim the hours that have been slipping through your fingers unnoticed. Prioritization is the secret weapon of the unstoppable. Not all tasks are created equal, and chasing every urgent demand will leave you exhausted and unfulfilled. Before 2026, learn to differentiate between what is urgent and what is important. Focus on the few things that truly drive your growth, your relationships, and your purpose. The power of your life is concentrated in these priorities. Saying no to what does not matter is not selfish. It is essential. Every refusal is a declaration that your time belongs to what will shape your legacy. Routines and structure are allies, not restrictions. Chaos is the enemy of productivity, and without deliberate habits, your time will slip away in small, unnoticed fragments. Before 2026, create daily rituals that anchor your energy and sharpen your focus. Start your mornings with intention, schedule blocks of uninterrupted work, and reserve space for reflection, creativity, and rest. Discipline is not deprivation, it is freedom. When your life is organized around deliberate rhythms, you become unstoppable in achieving what truly matters. Distraction is everywhere, disguised as entertainment, urgency, or novelty. Social media, endless scrolling, and reactive behaviors quietly erode your potential. Before 2026, reclaim control over where your attention flows. Treat your time as sacred. Limit inputs that do not serve your growth. The ability to focus, to dive deeply into a single task, is the differentiator between those who drift through life and those who command it. Mastering time is mastering attention, and attention is the most valuable currency of our era. Reflection and adjustment are the final pillars of time mastery. Life is unpredictable, and rigid schedules alone cannot guarantee progress. Before 2026, make it a habit to evaluate your time weekly, to assess whether your hours are aligned with your goals, values, and purpose. Learn to pivot, refine, and reallocate your energy toward what truly matters. Time mastery is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters with clarity, focus, and intention. Those who grasp this secret hold the key to a life of fulfillment, impact, and unstoppable momentum. The most profound fulfillment does not come from what you acquire, but from what you give. Before 2026, serving something bigger than yourself must become a guiding principle, because life lived only for self, interest is a life half lived. True purpose emerges when your energy, time, and talents are directed toward causes that transcend personal gain. Service is not charity, it is a declaration that your existence matters not just to you, but to the world. The legacy you leave is measured not by wealth, status, or recognition, but by the lives you touch, the change you create, and the hope you inspire. Service begins with awareness. You cannot give to what you do not see. Look around you, your family, your community, your workplace, your environment, and identify where your presence can create meaningful impact. Before 2026, cultivate sensitivity to the struggles, dreams, and needs of others. Compassion is the compass that directs action. By opening your eyes to the challenges of those around you, you awaken the courage to act, the humility to learn, and the persistence to create solutions. Impact begins when empathy turns into action. Giving does not mean grand gestures alone. Small, consistent acts of kindness often ripple farther than monumental efforts. A listening ear, a helping hand, a word of encouragement, these are the seeds that grow into lasting change. Before 2026, make service a daily practice. Integrate it into your routines, your decisions, and your priorities. When helping others becomes habitual, it shifts from being an obligation to being a source of joy, energy, and purpose. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a life of significance. Leadership and influence are amplified when service is the foundation. People are drawn to those who lift others rather than themselves. Before 2026, choose to lead with integrity, generosity, and vision. Solve problems that matter, advocate for those without voice, and inspire action through example. True leadership is never about control. It is about contribution. When your work serves a higher cause, influence grows naturally and your impact multiplies far beyond what you could achieve for yourself alone. Sacrifice is inevitable in service. You will be asked to invest time, energy, and comfort for causes that may not benefit you directly. Before 2026, embrace this reality as a source of strength, not resentment. Sacrifice is the currency of legacy. The discomfort, the delayed gratification, and the effort you give toward something larger than yourself forge resilience, deepen empathy, and create meaning that endures long after you are gone. Those who shy away from sacrifice rarely leave a mark. Those who embrace it change the world. Service also transforms the self. When you focus outward, you break free from the suffocating cycle of ego and fear. Before 2026, recognize that giving is not depletion. It is empowerment. By dedicating your life to causes beyond your personal desires, you cultivate gratitude, humility, and perspective. You begin to understand that your life is not measured by what you take, but by the impact you leave. Serving something greater than yourself is the ultimate act of courage, and through it, you find a fulfillment that cannot be manufactured, bought, or postponed. So I ask you, 5 goals, 5 years, 1 life. What will you do with the time you cannot get back? Will you drift or will you rise? The clock is ticking. Start today. Decide now. Because 2026 will not wait, and neither should your greatness.